Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John. Thank you for watching. Another kind of loss this week, really, from or by one of the great Jamaican artists. This is the late, great Jimmy Cliff singing The Harder They Come, which was also the title of the famous film from 1972. We'll play the rest of this video, then I want to show a couple of other cuts of this track, I guess, and then finally one of him with another great American artist, which shows how widespread his music became and how reggae, rocksteady, ska music influenced the world. When I die, but between the day you're born and when you die, never seem to hear even your cry. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share. What's mine? And they think that they have got me on the run. I say forgive them, Lord, they know not what they've done. 'Cause as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now. What's mine? And then the harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. Harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. What a great track. What a great artist. And what a great film it was as well. And it's probably the film that brought reggae music to more of the world, really, when it was released. I mean, it was a huge hit in Jamaica itself, and then it became a huge hit elsewhere. And it's said that the title of the film, The Harder They Come, was Jimmy Cliff's invention when he was approached about this film, and then he was asked to write the track for the film, this track named after the film. Now, Jimmy Cliff is one of those kind of legends, really, of probably ska and rocksteady and then into reggae music, given the kind of trajectory of his career and how he tried to break into the music industry and really achieved international fame. And he performed with many artists. His band performed with many artists. I think there are stories going back to when he moved to London and signed with Island Records, and his backing band helped Paul Simon record a track. I think it was Mother and Child Reunion or something like that. So again, he's one of those kind of artists that just brought that Caribbean flavour to so many people. And I want to give a couple of examples of that, really. This, in, I think it was 1992, there's a band in the UK called Madness. And I've covered them before, and they were so influenced by ska, rocksteady, and music that it was almost everything they did. And this was one of the tracks they performed live at this kind of Madness festival that there was in London in, I think, about 1992. And there's one bit where it pans to the side and you can see some children, obviously family members or relatives or friends, children of friends, dancing. And I think the reason I picked it is because it shows what this kind of music does to your body somehow. See if you spot it.
Well, they tell me about the pie up in the sky, waiting for me when I die. But between the day you're born and when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. So as soon as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my shine out, what's mine? And then the harder they come, the harder they fall, wanna know. The harder they come, the harder they fall, wanna know.
It's hard to overstate how huge the impact, at least in the UK, was of ska, rocksteady and reggae music. And it was just adopted by the country. It's pervaded British culture since those kind of late 60s, early 70s. It's ingrained within the people of the country in so many ways. And Madness are a great exponent of that, and the way they talk about the influences on them, like Prince Buster, who gave them the name of their band. But the influence of people like Jimmy Cliff and this track, which is over 50 years old now, impacts so many musicians. It's just unbelievable. And this is a recording from 2012.
That's Jimmy Cliff, come on out.
Just before this starts, and this is the final video, if you do like this kind of content, then please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. Watch how Bruce Springsteen plays the guitar in this clip. still cool after so many years. And it's great to see, as I say, the tentacles of that Caribbean Jamaican sound influencing so many of the great artists that we now know. The track itself, the lyrics, because they were written for the film, they're this kind of story of, I guess, oppression and one man's fight, Ivan Martin in the film, against that, and how sadly he turns to crime. But it's a great film, and it's always meant a lot to so many people. So, for the late great Jimmy Cliff, the harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. If you like this kind of content, as I said, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. Thank you so much for watching.